Hey YouTube, my name is Maddie, and for today's video I will be telling you guys about my first little crush in high school, my first little love of my life. It's kind of sad. I don't know if I have enough subscribers to tell a story time and it be popular, but I'm gonna do it anyways because like I just kind of want to, this video idea kind of popped into my head and I was like, I want to talk about it because I haven't talked about this whole crush story in a long time. So, you know, if that sounds interesting to you and you want to hear about who I had a crush on and how it went down, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's get into it. So, rewinding all the way back to my freshman year of high school, which, if you know me, that was a very confusing / gross part of my life. I just came out as gay, which now I'm just kind of this androgynous, confusing mess of a person trying to mesh into a beautiful creature. Growing up in my town, there were not many people like me, so every time I saw like a gay guy walk around the school, or a guy that I thought that was gay walk around the school, I was like, oh, he's cute. I was like, oh, girl. Like, so, initially I saw this one guy, we're gonna call him, let's call him Josh. Josh had walked around the school. Josh was a senior, I was a freshman, so obviously I had that little crush on like the senior boy in high school, like, so, you know, and also, like, he was in band, and I had just joined band. Like, I wasn't official in it yet, but I had just joined, and he was in band. So, you know, I was just kind of like, I was kind of having that little, tiny little, like, freshman crush on senior guy, just because I had just came out, and I was like, where are the boys? Like, I need all of them. So, but at first it was just kind of like a little, you know, like, it wasn't much of a crush. It was just kind of, he was cute, so I was attracted to him. That was basically all it was. And then it started to like kind of grow into more of that because I would look at him a lot. Like, I don't know, like, I was kind of creepy freshman year just because I wanted a boyfriend, because I wanted to see how it would go. I wanted to see how it would feel to have a boyfriend. So, you know, I would just kind of look at him so much because I'd be like, oh my god, he's so cute. Which, now that I think about it, he wasn't that cute, but like, he was still kind of cute. But I would just always look at him. I would just be like, oh. Like, really trying to look cute. And I didn't look like this freshman year. I looked like a hot ass mess freshman year. And so, you know, I would look at him and he would look at me sometimes and I would just be like, I'm like, he looked at me, And then, I did a lot of weird stuff. Like, I did so many weird things. Like, I would constantly look at him. Like, I think he kind of caught on to the fact that I had a crush on him. Like, that I was, like, really feeling him. Because every time I would look at him and he would look at me, like, he would kind of, like, quickly look away a little bit. I don't know if that was just because that's how he did things, or if that's because he knew that I had a crush on him. And one of his best friend, like, I don't know if it was his best friend, but his really good friend, I talked to her because she was, like, kind of cool. And I told her, like, she didn't know that I liked men. And so, like, I told her and I was like, and I kind of have a crush on your friend. And she was like, oh, really? Like, that's cool. And I was like, I don't know about that one. But, so I don't know if she told him or if he just kind of found out, because I was being kind of obvious about it, because obviously, like, your first crush, like, you're not going to really hold anything back. So, you know, I was doing that whole thing where I just kept looking at him, I just kept talking about him. I was like, oh my god, he's so cute, he's amazing. And then the crush just kind of developed into like a little bit of I was in love with this boy. Like, I was absolutely in love with this boy. And this is the creepy part. This is where people are gonna think I'm the biggest creep out there, but I promise I'm really not. Like, this was me freshman year trying my hardest to get this boy to like me, to like want me. And his Facebook. And you know how sometimes like you can put your number on Facebook, like you can put what your phone number is for contact? Like I went to this boy's Facebook, went to his like info, and his phone number was on Facebook. And so I got his phone number, right? And I feel so embarrassed because like if he ever sees this, he's gonna think I'm the biggest creep ever, but I'm really not. Like I don't even care about this boy anymore. So I'm telling the story anyways. So I got this boy's number on Facebook, and I texted him and I was like, hey, and he was like, no wait, I think I said hey, and he was like, hey, and I was like, my friend told me to text this number. It's like I'm just trying to find out who this is, like, and it was so dumb. And he was like, he said something like, why don't you tell me like your name because you text me? And I was like, no, I was like, my friend just told me to text this number to see who it is, so like I'm just trying to find out who you are. And he was like, no, like you tell me who you are because like you text me first, like I want to know who this is, it's texting me. And I knew this other guy in school. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want him to think I'm it. But there was this other guy in school who had a crush on him as well. And I knew he had a crush on him because I heard people talk about how he was like trying to get him, and then like this guy was not about that life. So Josh, not Josh, but the guy that I had a crush on, we're calling him Josh still. So Josh, he keeps like being adamant. He's like, I don't know who this is. And so what I did, I made the move I said, oh, well my name is, and I said the guy that had a crush on him that he rejected a long time ago, I said that I just said his first name, and I said, this is who I am. And he was like, he texted back with the guy's last name and put a question mark because he knew who it was. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, like how'd you know? And he was like, please don't ever text this number again. And I was like, dang it, I missed. Like that was the point where I was like, this is it. I was like, I'm done, I'm over, like this is the end of my life. But on the bright side, I was like, he doesn't know I ever text him, so like that's the cool part. I was like, I can still have a crush on this guy and he won't think anything is weird. He'll just think the other guy is weird. So it was really mean of me to do. Like I really regret doing that. Like I hated the fact that I did that because I feel so bad about it, because he probably had more hatred towards this one guy than he did before. But so you know, times continued. I continued looking at him during band and like just throughout school, and like he would like kind of look at me. And then it was like a while passed where I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about this guy. I'm gonna be independent, like I'm gonna be cool, like I'm just gonna do me and I'm gonna make him jealous. I thought I could make him, like me being an awkward freshman in high school, thought that I could make this senior boy who had been with other people that I know of, like I thought I could make him jealous of me by not paying him attention. I don't know if it worked or not, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. But so I just like kind of stopped talking to him, you know, I kind of stopped looking at him. We never talked to each other in public. Like I don't think, we never said words to each other in public. Like I would talk in public to make him think I was cool, but we never said words to each other. Or like we never got close to each other. But one day, I think it was like a month after I stopped like paying attention to him, he was talking to his friend, like his really good friend, about, he said that he wanted to be friends with me. Like he wanted my number so we could like text and like be friends. And whenever this girl came up to me and said, oh my god, like he said he wanted your number so that you guys could like be friends and like talk and hang out. Girl, I freaked out. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I went crazy. I was like, okay, here's my number, right here. Not thinking about the fact that that was the same number I texted him and told him I was a different guy from. I don't know if you ever picked that up or not, But so no, you know, this guy, he like, we start texting, whatever, like it's chill, and like we actually like became like really like he probably didn't become close to me because he probably didn't give a fuck. Like he probably didn't care who I was. He just wanted to text me like just for someone to text. Just because I guess that's who he was. I don't know. But I was having a time of my life. I was like telling all my little friends. I was like, oh my god, we're texting. Like we're texting. And I was like kind of friends with his younger brother too. So that was weird. But this guy, like we would text and like it wasn't like crazy like flirting texting, I don't think, until one time he said, "Hey cutie," and I was like, me? Cute? No, I freaked out, and that's the point where I was like, okay, I'm in love with this kid. I was like, this is the love of my life. There's no other person in this world who could shake me right now. Like, this is the guy that I'm obsessed with. And there are a few people who actually rumored that we were like a thing. I don't know how that got around, but there are a few people who like actually came through. They're like, oh my god, are you and Josh talking? Keeping in mind, Josh is not his name, but they were like, are you and Josh talking? And I was like, no. I was like, I mean, like we text a little bit, but I was like, we're not like talking. And I was like, I wish we were, like, you know. But so we continued talking or whatever, and I don't guess he knew how much of a crush I had on him, because he just acted normal. Like I was always freaking out the whole time. But we never talked in, like I said, we never talked in public. Like we would continue texting, but we never talked in public. And that eventually kind of bothered me, like, because I had such a crush on this boy and I wanted him to like me so much, and I thought he liked me so much, but he would never talk to me in public. And he was like, I forgot, we were texting one day, and he was saying something like asking a question, and I was like, oh well, like you'd probably know that, like, if you talk to me in person. Like kind of being shady, but also kind of being like cute, like flirty, like trying to convince him to talk to me in public. And he was like, oh haha, la 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 la, and like kind of blew it off, like he didn't want to talk about it because he knew, this guy knew that, like, he knew what he was doing, like, and I knew what he was up to at that point, but I didn't care because this guy was still the love of my life. Like I was obsessed with him. And you know, like time passed, we kept kind of talking but not really talking. Like we kind of started talking less, and this got, like, it got to the point where if we were talking and it was like kind of late at night, like I would stay up just so I could text him. And I was like a freshman trying to do my high school work, trying to get up early in the morning to go to school, like, and I was staying up late to hope, like I would, sometimes he wouldn't even text me, like I would stay up late to hope that he would text me, which is crazy. Like I would never do that now. Like I'm such an independent person now. Like if any guy ever texts me and it was getting late, I would just be like, peace out, like I'm going to sleep, like no thank you. But he just kept, sometimes he wouldn't text me, sometimes he would text me. I'd be up till like 11:30 midnight, like waiting for this boy to text me. Like I was crazy. I was crazy in love with this boy. So time passed to where he was a senior, like, you know, like I said, he was a senior and graduation was coming up, and he graduated the same year as my brother. So, you know, that was kind of weird. And time passed to where graduation was happening, and I got so sad. Like, I don't think anybody understood how sad I was. Like, I was crying after graduation. Like, when it got to graduation day, like, I was so sad. Like, I did not want to go to graduation, because I went to graduation because, like I said, my brother was graduating, so I went to graduation. And, like, this guy was, like, really smart. He was, like, top in the class. I think he was number 1 in the class. He was number 1 and number 2 in the class. So he gave a speech at graduation, and the whole time in the speech, I was like, like, my crush is graduating. Like, I was freaking out. I was so upset. And so after graduation, you know, when, like, we went on the field and, like, you could meet up with everyone, I saw him, like, across the field, and he kind of, like, barely looked at me, and I looked at him, and, like, I was so sad because I was like, we never got to talk. Like, I never got to talk. Like, this guy was the love of my life, and I never said one word to him in person. Like, that is the saddest thing ever. Like, the first love of my life, I never spoke to him ever, except over text message. It took me so long to get over him too. Like, after graduation, like, he literally just stopped talking to me. Like, we did not talk at all, and that made me so upset. I was like, oh, like, my heart was broken. Like, let me tell you, like, my heart was crushed. But God, that's so sad to like think about that. But yeah, so that's basically it for my story time. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this this little story of me reminiscing and about my broken heart. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.